Good afternoon. Here we are again, another Saturday afternoon. Canta, vinyl, interior. I've actually just marked an approximate on a piece that I need to cut back and then glue it into the top part above the door. It's a narrow strip before you then glue the actual big roof piece over the top of that. So the first trick is, I guess, to cut this to size along the line that I marked out, which starts there. I can hardly see it because I used my fingernail to trace it on the edge. This is the difference between amateurs and professionals. Professional would have been finished with the whole roof by now. I'm still messing around with the little inset bits. Right. That piece might be the answer. Curve is a bit wrong, but that shouldn't be a problem. I can also pull the actual door rubber out the way. That just makes life a bit easier. Then, just a moment, I'll be back. Right, I'm back. That was just kickstarting the time-lapse camera off so that that can record for a moment or two, whatever I get up to here. So yeah, like I said, first trick is to cut and measure the joins where this top section meets the A-pillar this side. I've already done the passenger side and that came out, even if I say so, very well. Using a scalpel blade, trying not to cut myself to bits. This makes life a bit easier. Cool is very interesting, to say the least. Let's see what we've got. Starting and an ending point, and then you join them with the scissors. That just makes it a bit more predictable and possibly a bit more accurate. Right, get rid of that. The scalpel blade where I can't stand on it. I have once pierced myself with one of these years and years ago. It's not fun because they're so fucking sharp. They just go straight through you. I guess it's time for the magic contact glue. The one thing I'll say about this, and I hope I'm not talking too soon, is that when you overspray onto other surfaces, you can actually get it off. A bit of rubbing and a bit of stressing, but it comes off. That's when the fun starts. Do the other end without getting myself stuck completely. If you hear any swearing, pretend you didn't hear it, because this now becomes a battle of wills. My will against this thing that will stick to everything it comes into contact with. That's the first little bit that I don't want to call success, but the join has actually come together really well. Now it's on the return, that's the biggest problem, is getting it tucked in on the return without it sticking to the flat surfaces. So far, actually so good. I think I can hear Glenn Anderson gritting his teeth because I'm making way too much effort on this car. But I guess a half good job is as good as a half bad job, so you may as well do it right first time round. It is actually coming together surprisingly easily and very tidy. I am very pleased with this. Get off the little bit of excess glue. This is good fun, getting it off, getting it tidy. Right, back to the little scalpel blade. That's a good one. Right. Return this little guy. Obviously we'll take it down when the B-pillar section gets put back together again, but I think for now I will call this quite good. Happy with that. Come off my little stand. You can see I've done that side already, so that's quite tidy. Established where the hole is for the little handles, so that I've got one to mount as a control. Same on this side. The hole is there. I'll still fix that. I just need to tuck in something dark because there's a huge gap. You'll see I can just about get my finger in there. This is a gap between the screen and the actual body panel, so that needs tidying up. The join. I'm really impressed with the fact that this is joined so well. When the roof section is glued in, that will overlap all of these sections. That's why they've been made a little bit more than they need to be. The roof section goes right in here and overlaps all of this. But I think that I would call this a job done for the moment. So next job, start figuring out how to do all of this. These are all random bits and pieces, but it'll get done. So yeah, thanks for watching. We'll be back with more fun later. So, right, where are we? I think it's going to get interesting now. I am going to try and make up these side pieces. So that's got to fold around, tuck into the glass, behind the glass I should say, fold in, around, and then I'll remove the beading from the door. So that's got to go around. I'll probably end up doing it in two parts, all the way down to there, and then around the box. The box I'll do basically from the ground up, over, all the way up to here. That could be one section. Just doing that all as one. And then these side strips I'm going to have to do probably the back and the side in one. Start by tucking it in, because literally you can see I can get my fingers right into the gap there. I've got thick fingers. So get all of that, and then also run from where I ended up earlier on. Run that section and make all of these stripped up sections. But they join well, so hopefully that'll be good. Once all of that's done, do the other side as well. And then I'll do the roof, which basically means that the actual body cab is complete. The cab will be done, but we'll have 3 doors left, and depending on how much vinyl I have left over, I will use the vinyl. Hopefully that'll work. If that doesn't work, I have what is traditionally known as a Mexican blanket or two. I may end up cutting one of those up and upholstering the interior with that. That'll make it quite bright and funky, and it'll probably direct the direction of the color of the painting and stuff in the end as well. But we'll see. This thing is unfolding as it goes along. I'm learning a little bit at a time as we make it up. So back to there, get onto the vinyl, cut some, get some sorted, and shape and glue it all back in and start all over again. So yeah, that's it. See you in a minute. Security inspection by George, as usual. He does like a car, this cat. Off he goes. Alrighty. Sunday morning. We have glue. I've pre-cut this section. I'm not going to do this in one big piece because there's too many corners and folds. So I've basically cut a hole and a slit down the bottom where the handbrake cable goes through the back of the wheel arch, or the front to be honest, which will go over like that, folded around, tucked over, folded around, and then the actual big piece will come over the top of this, because once the seat's back in, this is actually hidden, so when you look in you will see the bigger surface and it'll fold around, so it'll be out of sight, the join, which will be an overlapping join. It's not as tidy as I like it to be, but it'll be good enough, I think. So I guess on to the next bit. Bit of glue, or well, a lot of glue I guess. First of all, just get this surface ready. New can. I bought 10 of these for £15 at a boot fair. Thought that was a reasonable price. No idea what truck they fell off years ago. Right, we can remove that one, and I'll glue up this one outside. It's not so hot yet, it's not yet 10 o'clock, so the glue will probably take 2 or 3 minutes to go off, unlike yesterday when it was going off in less than a minute. You can see it's still a little bit damp. This one's ready. Just need to wait for the glue to dry a little bit more. I mentioned that one of the nicest things about this glue, as horrible as it is to work with, is that with a bit of effort you can actually get it off surfaces. So that's kind of a small win, because it does fight you most of the way, this thing. Right, so first trick, get the hole fitted over the handbrake section, and then get this down as low as possible so it fits right around the hole, so it's tidy. Straighten it out a little bit more, pull this lot together, have I mentioned this is busted? This contact adhesive is really, really keen. So the minute it touches, you can't work any further with it. So we'll tuck it in, lift the edge of the carpet, tuck it right in there so that it has a really good finish. All the way down there. This is good, I'm happy with that. And then we fold it around the corner like that. A bit of extra effort maybe. This is good so far. Now the trick is to use the little scalpel blade and to ensure that this little point actually tucks and folds correctly. So I'll give it a triangulated cut upward. And until the big surface comes over, I would like to say that that's not bad. I'll get to getting rid of all of this excess glue. It's not too easy, but definitely not impossible. Bit of extra effort. There you go. If anything, I would say that that's not too bad as these things go. Hand in the way. Got the handbrake cable covered over nicely. All of that tucked in. And then when the bigger piece comes on, it will cover all the edges and you won't see any of that. Well, I don't often admit to giving up. Those holes, by the way, are for the seatbelt mounting. Down the bottom there as well. That's for the seatbelt mounting. But I kind of give up on this little piece of shit. It has been fighting me like you wouldn't believe. The vinyl and the contact glue, the combination just is terrible. So this is where I'm stopping today, can't be asked. That I'll figure out a really nice cover for. It might be the back end of maybe a fabric softener bottle or something, or I might make a little box out of something interesting. But that's as good as the box is going to get. I'll probably go around and just, where's my finger, colour in the edges where it's cut so you don't see the lighter colour of the fabric. But it's not going to get any better than this. I'm not looking forward to doing the roof. I'm not looking forward to trying to tuck big chunks of vinyl in behind the doors. Who knows, I might end up just painting the bloody things. We'll see. But right now, I've only done one side. I thought I'd be finished with both sides by this weekend, but I can't be bothered. I've had enough of this shit. So, for the first time in a long time, I sort of say that I give up. I'm not really giving up, but just can't be asked. I'm going to go to the shops, get some food, and then probably relax for the rest of the afternoon, take the dog for a walk, do those interesting things that people actually do in their own free time instead of pissing about with this little car. So there you go. That's unhappy episode end for Canta today, but maybe I'll feel better through the week. Otherwise, by next weekend, I still need to do the other side, which is as much of a nightmare. It's a whole day's worth of work and fighting and swearing and carrying on. But hey, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. So yeah, have a good week, and we'll speak again. Thanks for joining. Click the like button if you should feel so. If you're amused, click it again. And subscribe if you should feel that way. Share, whatever. Cheers. Bye-bye.